Good morning, everybody. So as I emailed last week at the end of the week on Friday, a little brief description of the worksheets that were attached to that email about the how much more do you need. And we were talking last week, we did part one of this, which is assessing what you did in 2023 as far as BNI and in your personal business, and then planning for 2024. Now, the philosophy of BNI is, so if I give business to you, your business is going to grow. I'll build reputation and trust with you. You give referrals to me. I'm a recipient of that. Now, I asked you all to kind of internalize a little bit and think about yourself. Think about what you need out of your membership in BNI. Assess what you did in 2023 and if you were satisfied with that. If you exceeded, met, or did not meet those goals. And then we're going to talk about that today in the planning part of 2024. So what you have in your email from me on Friday with the description, and what you have at your table today is the BNI member goal worksheet for 2024. Now here on it, it starts with your total business revenue at the top, what you're hoping to earn, and then what percentage of that income you'd like to come from BNI. And then by calculating that together, you see how much money you need to come from BNI. You determine what your average sales price is, how many closed referrals you need to reach that goal, what your referral close ratio is. I mean, if you're closing every referral you get, you're killing it, and you should be up here doing half our education next year. If you're doing a 2-to-1 ratio, that's still really successful. You know, some sales are a little bit harder or take longer than others. In the cases of sometimes like trust and estate or financial planning, that's different than getting the haircut or maybe signing up for pest services or something like that. It's easy. There's already a problem. We got that. Get that problem fixed. So think about what your close ratio is or calculate it. If you haven't calculated it, try to come as close as possible to what you think it is. Look at the referrals you got this last year and then go, how many of those did I close? And then you multiply that and determine how many referrals you need in BNI, which then shows how many you need per month. And then based on the philosophy of giver's gain, if I expect to get a certain amount of referrals per month, I should be at least giving that many referrals per month. And that doesn't mean just passing slips of paper with a number on it and a name. It actually means like a qualified referral, because also those are the same things that we hope get to us too. Not just a piece of paper and a phone number. I need it qualified. I need to know that the person is actually needing the service that I can offer. So also in front of you today on the table, I printed out one for everybody, is a referral tracking sheet. It says referral given, who it was given by, the type of referral inside the chapter, outside the chapter, whether it was successful and completed, and then the amount of the referral with your revenue goal at the top. And I'm not expecting that everyone wants to carry around paper all the time, but maybe those of you who like printed stuff can put this at your desk or in your folder, and then people that don't, you have a digital version of this in your inbox as well. And the exercise today is to take a couple minutes and just do this. If you did not do this in preparation for today, we're going to take about 3 to 5 minutes and just put some numbers down so that you have an adequate reality check for yourself of what it is you need to earn next year. If you need to make $500,000 for your company next year, what percentage of that has to come from this room? If I don't know that, I don't know how I can help you meet that goal. So part of this is being honest with ourselves, and the other part is us communicating that to each other as a chapter. Page 2 of this same thing is chapter goals, where I put how much my personal revenue goal is from the chapter, how many referrals I need, how many members I'd like to see in the chapter, and what total closed business I'd like to see. And I'm going to give this to the leadership team. So page 1 is for you. Page 2 is for the leadership team. So we have an adequate representation of what it is you guys are hoping for. And then if a couple of you already, has anybody already done this walking into today? Dr. Ardiola, okay. Do you want to share or not share your goal, your percentage from BNI, and some of that stuff? No, I'm okay. You're okay. That's okay. All right. So I'll share with you guys mine. So my revenue goal for next year is $250,000. Percentage of BNI the percentage I'd like to come from BNI is 30%. So currently it's 21%. I'd like it to be 30%, which means $75,000. So last year we brought in just over $40,000 of revenue from BNI referrals inside and outside, and tier 1, 2, and 3. And so next year I'm looking for $250,000 with 30% coming from BNI, which would be $75,000 based on the average sales price of $1,500. Some are like $1,000 packages, some are $3,000 and $4,000. So I need to get 30 referrals from the group closed, and my close ratio is 2 to 1. You guys do a really good job of finding people that I'm looking for who are in that like sweet spot of the kind of work we're looking to do that actually helps the person having that problem. So that 2-to-1 ratio is actually partly us selling it, but it's mostly you guys setting it up. So when you guys tee up a referral, you're doing a really awesome job for us. And that means I only need to get 60 referrals through at the year, which is just about 5 a month. So that means I need to give 5 referrals to the chapter a month on average. And I put a goal for myself to give 100 referrals actually, because I want to outgive the amount that I receive. That's kind of been my track record. When I look at the BNI app and you look at your lifetime history, I have about a 3.5 to 1 ratio of referrals given to received. And so that's kind of how I carried that number through. So we're going to take a couple of minutes and just do this exercise, and then maybe in 5 minutes, if there's a couple of you that would just feel honest enough to share or you're willing to share, I'd love to call on some people so we can hear some numbers and figure out kind of where we're at looking into the new year in 2024, because my personal goal is I want you guys to earn your goals in 2024. That's why we come to BNI. Like, we get up early, we come here, yeah, we get to like socialize and we have great friends in the room, but ultimately we're here because it's helping us grow our business in some capacity. If I did not need to do this, I would not do this. I like you guys, but it's 21% of my business currently, and I'm hoping it's 30% next year. So for yourself, if it's 10 and you want it to be 15, let's get there. Everyone has the same attitude, a giver's gain. Like, we can really honestly help each other get there. So let's share some of those numbers. Let's give your second page sheet to the leadership team at the end of the meeting. And then if you have any questions, I'll hang out over here and you can come and see me. And let's start the timer for 5 minutes. Is that okay, Mark? 5 minutes. All right, ready? Go.